Bit of a surprise thus as they lead Team USA 1-0 after one period of play. Been a great deal of excitement, a great deal of fun in the series that got underway in the Buckeye State a week and a half ago. 9 days ago, Team USA opened its 8-game series with the Soviet selects in Richfield Coliseum outside Cleveland. The game even early in the second period. The Americans pulling away 3 goals, little more than 2 minutes. Clark Donatelli giving the U.S. a 3-2 lead. It didn't take long. Steve Leach scoring from the slot, a 2-goal edge, and then Corey Millen scoring on this breakaway as the U.S. was on its way to an 8-5 victory. 2 nights later, the action moves to Cincinnati, Ohio. A different story, though, with the score tied early in the third. The selects went ahead for good. A pair of goals in 18 seconds. Vyacheslav Lavrov scored a power play goal to put the selects ahead, and then it was Sergei Teplyakov beating Mike Richter on this breakaway as the Soviets went on to a 6-4 win to even the series. The following night, the action moved to the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Uniondale, Long Island. Team USA handing the Soviets its worst loss any touring Russian team has ever absorbed. A 13-2 rout. Chris Terrieri coming up big in goal early with several big stops until the offense took over. And take over it did. Tony Granato scored the 3-goal hat trick for Team USA and was joined by Kevin Miller, as Kevin Miller's third goal capped a 6-goal second period for Team USA on its way to that 13-2 romp over the Soviet selects. The Soviets seemed to be a bit down, and as the action moved a couple of nights later over to St. Louis, Missouri, the scoring parade continued as fans in St. Louis were treated to a 9-1 American blitz. Alan Bourbeau opened the scoring just 34 seconds into the contest with a brilliant individual effort later in the period. Team USA captain Brian Leach took his turn, typifying USA teamwork, taking Craig Janney's pass and beating Sergei Cherkas easily. A victory by a score of 9-1. The 5th game, Thursday in Bloomington, Minnesota, and it was once again Chris Terrieri who saved Team USA early, making 19 first-period saves. First, he stopped Sergei Teplyakov breaking in, then comes up with his brilliant save on Andrei Andreev's breakaway. The U.S. picking up from there to gain a 7-3 win and a current 4-1 lead. Tonight, a different story, though. The Soviet selects with a 1-0 lead over Team USA. Intermission between the first and second period. When we get back, Mike Eruzione will be joining us when we return to Detroit.
If you're looking for the only mid-size pickup in America, with the heart of a full-size and the spirit of a compact, with available new V6 fuel injection up front, room and back for a full sheet of plywood, and covered by the best truck warranty in the business, it's gotta be the mid-size Dodge Dakota.
Now get 7-7 financing or $770 cash on selected Dodge cars and trucks in stock.
Fancy perfumey aftershave. Gotta be a quarterback's locker.
Real guys who aren't afraid to get mud on their uniforms use rugged, honest stuff. Ice Blue Aqua Velva. Its icy blue formula makes your face feel great after shaving, and Aqua Velva's got a scent that a lot of fans find attractive.
Very attractive. There's something about today's Aqua Velva, man.
So you still think linemen are dumb?
When the people at Together Dating Service asked me to do a TV commercial, my first reaction was, you've got to be kidding. But then I thought, why not? I met a lot of great people at Together, and I really do believe in the concept of a dating service. So, here I am. Unfortunately, they've only given me 30 seconds. So I just wanted to say to any single person watching, join Together. It'll be the best thing you've ever done for yourself.
Together has 8 offices in the Washington, Baltimore area. Check your yellow pages for the office nearest you.
Capno Records breaks its own record. It's amazing. It's incredible. It's Capno Records, and it's the lowest prices around. Huge selection of CDs, $11.99 every day. Cassette albums, low prices, always at Capno Records. Follow him through the tunnel of love. It's Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love on Columbia. The best selection of CDs, cassettes, and albums at the lowest prices around, only at Capno Records.
And welcome back to Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan. You see the score after one period of play. The Soviet Selects leading Team USA by a score of 1-0. My guest with me between the first period is Mike Kelly. Mike's the national merchandising manager for Dodge Truck. And Mike, Dodge has made a commitment to this hockey team.
Oh, yes, we have. It really started. It's an ongoing 3-year commitment. This is the second year of the second year of the 3-year commitment. And of course, we're very much involved with the tour of the team. In addition to just supporting the tour of the U.S. hockey team across the country, we're also involved at the grassroots level, associated in the national finals with AHOS, and we're also involved in a number of other training camps and other activities that AHOS has, really at the grassroots level, among about 12,000 teams and about 250,000 kids that participate in the sport.
So you've made a major commitment not only just to this U.S. hockey team, but to the kids that are out there in the Pee Wee programs that are trying to get opportunities to play and find ice time, and the commitment is being given.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We do that from a national basis, of course, and then in select communities. Our local dealers also get involved in supporting the teams in their communities.
Have the kids been enthusiastic in terms of their responses back to you people? Do you feel it's going right through the company in terms of the kids' parents and involvement that they've had?
Well, I think it's been great. We've had some very positive feedback from our dealers nationally, and of course we get a number of letters from the parents and the children that are appreciative of our support. So I think it helps. Anything we can do from a corporate standpoint, I think, to invest back in the youth of this country, I think is very great.
Well, you have an interesting thing that you're doing between periods in the U.S. games at home here. Describe that.
Yes, we have a little scorro here where we give fans an opportunity to get out on ice, and if they shoot the puck through the hole, it's not as big as, of course, a hockey net, but close to that. If they get an opportunity to put it through there, they get a chance to win either a Dodge car or a truck of their choice, which is a nice little bonus, I guess, on top of watching some great hockey.
Well, it's not very easy. I had an opportunity once in Pittsburgh to shoot into that little opening and miss the net totally. So if you can give away a truck, that's good luck to you. Again, we'll be back with more, Bill Clement and myself. After one period of play, the Soviet Selects leading Team USA by a score of 1-0.
Hi. Hi. We're almond growers, and these are our world-famous Blue Diamond Smokehouse almonds. Many people say they're the best-tasting snack on earth. And they're probably right. If you agree, please buy some today.
If you disagree, please buy some tomorrow. That way we'll know.
Right.
Blue Diamond Almonds, Smokehouse, and 7 other great tastes.
A can a week. That's all we ask.
Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard. A fresh look at today's problems. Buy your copy at Walden Books.
If your car has been acting a little sluggish, if it hesitates and is slow to start, if you're constantly filling your tank, visit Precision Tune. Our trained technicians do quality tune-ups and use equipment conforming to Precision Tune specifications to diagnose and service fuel injectors, carburetors, and computerized engine control systems on most foreign, domestic, and late-model vehicles. For a car that performs like the day you bought it, come to Precision Tune now for tune-ups and more.
Tickle your taste with Taylor Champagne tonight.
Well, welcome back to Joe Louis Arena. You see the score after one period of play. Soviet Selects leading Team USA by a score of 1-0. I'm Mike Eruzione along with Bill Clement and Spencer Ross. Much better period in terms of hockey.
Well, I guess in terms of the score, it's a lot better. No one is getting blown out of the water just yet. But Team USA, I don't think, is using the body the way they did in other games that we've seen, and that's a symptom of them not being prepared. Here, they allow Lavrov on this particular play to move in, and this is the goal. Take a look at it from this perspective. That's basically, and you can attest to this, Mike, what it's like at times on the ice. Unless you have the vision that we speak about, like a Brian Leach or the great ones that play the game, that blur of colors and blur of people going back and forth is basically what we see on the ice, the guys that don't have great vision and great hands.
Well, it looked like, you know, maybe that Mike Richter got screened a little and handcuffed a little with that shot. It was like a knuckleball coming at him.
Yeah, it definitely crossed him up. It was at a tough spot to catch as well. A shortstop will tell you those ones that are jammed right in are tough to catch. Here's the big chance that came back the other way. Clark Donatelli intercepting this situation, and you could see that Millen was already gambling. Let's face it, the Soviets were going one way. Millen and Donatelli were thinking the other way. He pulls it to his backhand. He has the entire net. He has, look at the goalie now. Look at Tiznik. He is so completely deked, and all Corey had to do was slip it into the net, and that's one of those times that you know you would like to have it over again. Just one more time and you would never miss it.
Well, you know, we were talking at the beginning of the game, or you and Spencer were talking about how well he's playing and how hot he is. When I walked in the locker room earlier today, I touched him and said, boy, you are hot. Maybe he's cooled off a little. Those are the kind you usually just bury.
Well, yeah, that can actually trigger the beginning of something that is negative. We'll have to wait and see that if it cools Corey Millen off. I doubt that it will. He is really playing the best hockey of his life right now, and I'm sure that Dave Peterson is going to look to him for leadership. And I'm not so sure that he was looking to Corey Millen for a lot of leadership, in spite of the fact that Corey is one of two players that played in the '84 Olympics. I think now his role might have changed. He's really moving out to the forefront and is a real big guy to look for leadership.
Well, I think that's what he's hoping to get out of him, especially on the ice. I mean, he's playing so well. He's kind of carrying the team in certain parts of the series. He seems to be scoring the big goal when they need it. Well, I think we're going to not look at Donatelli's play. We had a replay of Clark Donatelli. We're not going to take a look at Donatelli. With that, now let's go upstairs to Spencer.
Okay, Mike Eruzione. Well, you may not be playing for Team USA, but you can help the Team USA effort by coming up with one of these beautiful jerseys. They are the official USA hockey team jerseys by CCM. Available in sizes adult, small, medium, large, and extra large. Please state the size you wanted as the home jersey, that white jersey, that beauty that you saw, and the proceeds from the sale go to help support the team. $39 includes handling, check, or money order. Send check or money order to Team USA Hockey Team Merchandise, Suite 424, 1250 West Maple, Troy, Michigan, 48084. Suite 424, 1250 West Maple, Troy, Michigan, 48084. You must have your street address for UPS delivery. No post office boxes. Allow 3 to 5 weeks for delivery. The first period, the shots on goal in that first period. First of all, in the first period, it was 11 for the Soviet Union and 9 for Team USA. Very similar to Thursday night. Not similar, but the fact that the Soviets did outshoot Team USA in the first period. It was 20-7 in the game on Thursday night in Bloomington, Minnesota. And the scoring in the first period, as we take a look here at Mike Richter, as he just flubbed that knuckleball, and Lavrov put it into the net on a power play score at 8:45 for the Soviets from Mikhail Kravitz to make it a 1-0 hockey game. We're getting ready for the start of the second period of play, and this Team USA hockey game against the Soviet Selects is being brought to you by Northwest Airlines. We fly to over 200 cities in 20 countries on 3 continents. And by Sure Antiperspirant. Get Sure and be just as sure about odor as you are about wetness. Team USA has made its rear appearance out onto the ice. All coming your way on the Freedom Sports Network. Spencer Ross along with Bill Clement and Mike Eruzione. We await the return of the Soviets. When we start play here in the second period, the Soviets just about getting ready to come out of their locker room. When we start play in the second period, each team will be playing shy a man for the next 55 seconds. For the Soviets, in the penalty box is Sergei Shendelev. For Team USA in the penalty box is Corey Millen. But a little bit different thus far in this matchup between Team USA and the Soviet Union. The Soviets lead it by a score of 1-0. Interesting, as we watch that first period, the power play goal by the Soviets, only their third in 24 opportunities. Dave Peterson, the head coach of Team USA, his team coming into this game an incredible 10 of 18 on the power play, more than 55%. But Dave Peterson is not a very happy man right now, Bill Clement.
Well, he was earlier today, wasn't he?
Yes, well, what a difference a period makes.
First time in 16 periods without a goal, so he can't be happy about what he's seeing, but You know, I think he expected it. This morning, I got the feeling that he was as... He's always seems to be relaxed, but there seemed to be an air of confidence that he displayed about his team when he was talking about them. I think the team has proven a lot to him in this series against the Soviets. I think Dave Peterson as well is anxious to move on to the next plateau of competition now that they've proven what they wanted to prove. A big aspect of the game that Team USA wanted to test out against the Soviets is tempo. They didn't feel that a lot of their competition provided them with the tempo, the speed that things happen with at on the ice. And this Soviet select team has upped the tempo, and I think Dave Peterson honestly knows, and he admitted it today, they have one more level of tempo adjustment to make, and that's what they're going to concentrate on between now and February.
As we look at the head coach of the Soviet selects, Valery Shilov, as we mentioned before, had an opportunity to talk with him with the aid of Kathy Zimmerman, the interpreter. Man who hails from you don't call it a little town. People think of Siberia as being out in the wilderness. We're talking about a town of 2 million people and a very, very big town, one of the great academic scientific areas of the Soviet Union. There's Kathy Zimmerman back there, and there's a discussion going on. That goaltender you see out there, number 19, is Sergei Cherkas.
Well, you know, when I was down between periods, Tisnik was walking around without his equipment on. He had his pads off, he had his skates off, he was walking around in a pair of slippers.
Well, you know, remember that play on the Millen goal?
Right.
When he went down, he might have stretched something, might have pulled something.
He did have pretty full extension. Well, you know what? He was probably just moving around getting his equipment on because he was fully undressed down there. He just had his jersey on, walking around in his underwear underneath, walking around the hallway without a stitch of equipment. If I hadn't seen him getting his headshot done before the game, I wouldn't have recognized him. Tell you how things are different in this game than the game that we did here on the Freedom Sports Network 9 days ago. We tracked the hits then, and Team USA out-hit the Soviets by a decisive margin. So far in tonight's game, Team USA had 12 hits in the first period. The USSR had 9. That's a far closer margin. The quality chances is another area that the Soviets have really tightened up on. They only gave Team USA 4 quality scoring chances. They had 6 themselves. And typically, Team USA did dominate on the faceoffs, though, winning 17 of 24.
Well, we're underway here in the second period. Remember, again, each team playing 4 aside for now the next 39 seconds, and we'll get an icing call immediately on the Soviets, and the teams will come back up. Kevin Miller is out there for Team USA, along with Alan Barbeau and Scott Young.
You know, Jack Parker, his coach at BU, called him. When I talked to him about him this summer, he said, Scott Young is a hockey machine. He can play an 80-game schedule. He's very coachable. He had so many nice things to say about him. You know he's going to make his mark in the hockey world sooner or later.
Here is Lopshin coming in a breakaway. Save Richter. Lopshin very nearly making it a 2-0 hockey game. Puts it out in front. Lavrov scored. Lopshin followed it up. Gave it to Lavrov, and Vyacheslav Lavrov has scored a second goal of this contest, and the Soviets lead it 2-0.
What a shame for Mike Richter. He made a brilliant save, and the brilliance is in the fact that he didn't commit on the breakaway by Lapshin. Lapshin comes in and pulls it to his backhand and tries to go between his legs. There's the pull. There's the shot. He tried to go right between Richter's legs, and Richter simply did not commit first and gave him nothing to shoot at. Let's see if we can pick up where the breakdown is. There's Scott Young standing in front. Whoop, there goes Lavrov behind Scott Young. You can see that Scott never did turn around as Lavrov went by him. You can't be mesmerized by the puck. That's another element of learning the defensive aspects of a new position. Keep in mind, Scott Young is a winger by trade and not a defenseman.
So Team USA now trails 2-0. Norton puts it in front. Mikhailov clears it aside. Clark Donatelli has it now for Team USA. Team USA has fallen behind 2-0. Teams are now at full strength as Shendelev and Millen are out of the penalty box. Mike Eruzione, can you maybe tell us what took place that delay prior to the start of the second period?
Well, what happened was the Soviet players weren't happy with the way their skates were being sharpened, and that's what was the delay. They had them get them done 2 or 3 different times. Also, there was no mat for them to come out on the ice, and they demanded they put a mat out there so the players wouldn't have to walk on a non-matted area.
Okay, Michael. Team USA in control of the puck now. Clark Donatelli. Isn't that amazing? Mike talking to the gentleman from Dodge, and Mike just saying when he tried to put that puck into that little hole, or you can win yourself a car. He tried it one time in Pittsburgh. He missed the net entirely. Imagine what would have happened if Mike missed the net entirely in 1980. Huh? You didn't miss the net when it counted, Michael, I'll tell you that. Here's an opportunity. Lane McDonald tries to get Steve Leach. He fires wide. Another good opportunity for Team USA as Maslov clears it out. 2-on-2 rush. Vasiliev in a Team USA zone. Vasiliev pulls up, brings it back to the point. Halazov fires. Save Richter. On the rebound, Team USA able to come out with the puck. Scotty Fusco ahead to Steve Leach. Well, both teams getting good opportunities here. Zukov. Vyacheslav Halazov, and that one deflects up into the crowd. We'll take a break from the Joe Louis Arena, Detroit. 2-0, Soviet Selects. It is 2-0 in favor of the Soviet Selects.
If you're looking for the only mid-size 4x4 anywhere, with the upfront power of new V6 fuel injection and the best truck warranty on or off the road, only one pickup carries that load. It's gotta be the mid-size Dodge Dakota.
Now get 7-7 financing or $770 cash on selected Dodge cars and trucks in stock.
Team USA is getting their chances. Watch this nice little pass by Lane McDonald. You can see the Soviet player has his stick down. Lane McDonald simply lifts it right over the stick. Steve Leach, well, he didn't have much area to go. Tisnik was pretty well spread out across that goal line, so he just slid it wide.
Greg Janney on the faceoff with Vyacheslav Lavrov. It is Lavrov with both goals for the Soviets. 2-0, Soviet Selects. Here's Young. Lavalette try to feed it through. Here come the Soviets. They've got a 3-on-3. Lavrov in. The shot, a save off the stick of Kravets. And it's played by Team USA. Stevens to Craig Janney. He's knocked off the puck by Shendelev. And Kravitz shoots it out to center. Norton gives to Young. Here's Stevens. Teed it up. Took a hard hit from Zubkov as he got that shot off. There's no doubt, no matter what the score might be at this stage, we are just not seeing the hitting that Team USA was doing earlier in the series. Bourbeau fires it wide. Oh, we got a out in front. The goal has come off in support.
Interference.
And we're going to get a penalty here, an interference call.
6.
And we'll take a break while the penalty is meted out. 2-0 Soviets. Will be back right after this message.
Interference.
Oarsmen would like to demonstrate some of the features of their new Mitsubishi, like fuel injection, anti-locking disc brakes, special EPS shock absorbers, four-wheel drive, rack and pinion steering, and finally, the most important feature of all, a very low price. You always get your way at Oarsman Mitsubishi. Beltway exit 7B, Marlow Heights, Maryland.
So we'll get a chance to look at Team USA's power play for the first time tonight. Watch Scott Fusco. He's going in for repairs. He was nicked. Now, you're going to see an extra duty that an interpreter has to fill. See this lady on the right? That's Kathy Zimmerman. A perfect catch. She grabs 3 sticks as they're on their way down. She grimaces and says, am I getting paid for this, too?
I'm getting paid to interpret. 3:36. Sergei Shendelev on for the Soviets for interference. Team USA, its first power play opportunity of the night. They're 10 for 18 in the 5 games played thus far in this series. But the Soviets have the puck. Losov. Lane McDonald drops it back for Young, and Brian Leach will try and wheel it out to Corey Miller. And Miller smacks it in. Lane McDonald will play it. Granado is stolen away by Mikhailov, who gets it to Igor Vlasov, who clears. Minute 22 remaining on the penalty. Shendelev off for the Soviets, and an opportunity here right out in front. And Richter came up big. Here comes Team USA, a big opportunity. Millen into the zone, and it's just cradled right off the stick. Halazov tries to clear. Millen keeps it in, tries to get it to Leach. Tepliakov now for the Soviets. He'll just clear it the length of the ice. Corey Millen goes for it. Team USA has kept the man hanging on that blue line, trying to move into the flow of the play. As soon as they begin moving up. Here's Leach, trying to make the move, and a good stick check at that time by Zukov. Out in front, Janney scores!
Well, if there's any question about Craig Janney and his future to be a major leaguer, he walks around all of the traffic, waits till Tiznik goes down, and then on the backhand, which keep in mind is a tougher shot, that stick is curved to help you with a forehand shot. He misses his pass to Millen. Watch him look. Tiznik commits. You know, we've talked tonight about committing. Richter hasn't committed. That time Tiznik went down to his knees. Easy pickings for Craig Janney.
Now we've got a 2-1 hockey game. Team USA scoring on the power play. Here come the Soviets back quickly. Lavrov, who scored both Soviet goals. Vyacheslav Lavrov, number 20. And Alan Bourbeau comes forward. Gives to Kelvin Miller. Miller tries to lead his way through, and it's taken right off the stick by Vladimir Zubkov. We'll get the scoring for you on that Team USA goal. Here's Greg Brown. Jeff Norton with it. Craig Janney is 19th from Steven at 5-12, a power play goal to make it 2-1. For Janney in this series, his third goal. 13:50 remaining in the second period. Lopchin gives to Lavrov. Lavrov returns to Lopchin, puts it in front. Nobody there except Guy Gosselin. And the American team moves forward now. Alan Bourbeau with it. Has Leach on his right, Lehman down on his left. Played by Gosselin. Fires, save, rebound. Comes out for the Soviets. They move forward quickly. Lopchin coming in on the pass from Tepliakov. And a pretty check off the puck by Peter Lavalette, who just dove his body at it. Lavalette. That was a big league move right there. Vlasov tried to put it in the slot. It's cleared out. Alexander Mikhailov for the Soviets. Team USA changing on the fly. Here's the intercept. Millen and Tiznik came out and took the angle away from him. Pressure here by Team USA. Vlasov ahead now to Tepliakov. Svetov trailing him. Svetov going for the puck now, but it's intercepted by Clark Donatelli ahead to Corey Millen. Millen with Mikhailov in front of him. Millen gives to Granato. The shot is a save. Granato again on the rebound. And the Soviets will try and clear it out. Fierce pressure put on by Team USA.
Yeah, it's obvious Team USA is starting to get the scent. And, you know, very often that mental preparation that is inadequate before a game falls in place. You get that speech from the coach between periods. You start to psych up yourself. And it's amazing. Teams are capable of turning it on as the game goes on.
And Team USA appears to be doing that now. 2-1 Soviets. We'll get right back.
Well, you know the bad news.
Charlie Carlson is in the meeting of his life, and his shirt is perfectly dry. But that doesn't mean he smells good. Because Underarm odor isn't visible, he needs total protection. Sure Solid.
If everyone would take a look.
Sure not only helps protect against wetness, it actually kills bacteria that cause odor. So, Charlie, why go to work with a dry shirt and a false sense of security? Use Sure Solid and be just as sure about odor as you are about wetness.
It was only this play by Peter Lavalette that saved Team USA from a great scoring opportunity by the Soviets. Watch the dive and the extension. You mentioned it's a big league play, but you know how that happened. The Soviets, if you allow them to stretch you out, that time they made a couple of quick passes up ice. They were spread out all over the ice, and they really make the puck do the work when they're on top of their game, and that's why Team USA can't give them time in their own end to bring the puck up ice. They make that transition from defense to offense and work that counterattack very well. Even this team, this isn't their national team. This is still a well-coached, disciplined team when they play like that.
Here's an opportunity for Stevens to Chorsky in the save. Tom Chorsky had an opportunity right there. Another good save by Tisnik. Soviets will try and clear it out as Team USA continues the pressure. Halazar loses to Jani. Jani loses the puck now to Vasiliev. Vyacheslav Vasiliev tried to put it in front, and it's taken by Tom Chorsky. Chorsky drops it back to Steven. Ahead now to Leach. Brian Leach into the zone, drops for Jani, fires the wrister, save deflected wide. Jani out in front. Team USA continues to apply the pressure, and finally Tisnik holds on for dear life.
Oh, what a chance Tom Chorsky had. And you know, almost everybody does it. They have a chance to score. Here's a look at Jani's shot that went wide, and he got the puck after it. The best chance was by Chorsky before that when Tisnik was down. Here's a look at Brian Leach wheeling up ice.
USA is the champion here. And you're watching this on the Freedom Sports Network. Spencer Ross, Bill Clement, Mike Eruzione. 2-1 Soviets, second period. Zukov gives to Lapchin. He cannot control, and Jeff Norton comes up with it. Even. Opportunity here. Miller with a shot and a save, and the puck finally breaks free, and play continued. Soviets on the attack. Lapchin with a fake, comes in alone, save, rebound, Kravitz, save, lies there, and finally Richter falls down in it. Whoa! The excitement here. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this message.
Let's go, take 22. Take 22.
Herb Gordon's Auto World wants you to be our guest at the Auto Show Part 2, where 4x4s are one of the main events. With a tremendous selection to choose from and priced from $78.95 to $15,000, be ready for the snow in a new Ram Charger, Dakota, Pathfinder, or Suzuki Samurai. Come see all the 4x4s today.
If you haven't seen Herb Gordon, you haven't seen Herb Gordon's Auto World.
The Auto Show Part 2 at Herb Gordon's Auto World, one of the wonders of the world.
Well, we got a bit of end-to-end action going for ourselves here. Team USA was broken up down in the Soviet zone. Here come the Soviets the other way. Here's Lapchin. He wound up and then looked up and found out he's got nobody else to beat except Richter. And Richter was there waiting for him. What a great play by Richter. You know, he patterned so much of his goaltending style after the great Bernie Perron of the Philadelphia Flyers. And I talked to Mike about Perron's fast legs. Well, look at Richter down to make that save. Never did commit first. Lapchin didn't really move him very much, though. I would have expected him to go a little wider to the left.
He was telling us as a kid, going to a couple of Bernie Perron camps, and then one day, this legend, this idol of his, just sitting down with him for a couple of 3 hours discussing goaltending with him. Great influence. We have coincidental penalty. Teams playing 4 aside. And an opportunity right here. We're going to go 4 against 3. Team USA with the extra man now as Richter skates off. Penalty coming up on the Soviets. Here's McDonald. Brings it into the zone. Puts it out in front. Lavalette with a shot deflected. And it goes up into the crowd. Penalty coming up on the Soviets. Already in the penalty box for Team USA is Kevin Miller. For the Soviets, Mikhail Kravitz. And right here, we'll get another Soviet player heading into the box. And it is going to be Yuri Galik.
You know, it's amazing when the passing picks up how much better this game becomes for the spectators. In the first period, I think both teams were trying to beat other players individually instead of tiring the puck out by passing it a lot. They were trying to beat people, and plays were getting broken up. Well, what a difference the second period. The passing is picked up. Instead of players trying to beat other guys with dekes and individual moves, the game opens up, and it becomes a far better game, far more movement on the ice.
And a lot more fun to watch. So Galik is off for hooking. And we'll go 4 against 3 now. With still 1:20 left on the coincidental penalties. Here's Young for Team USA. A lot of movement here on this ice right now with 4 against 3. Fusco tries to keep it in, gets it to Young. To Fusco, to Young. He fires. Blocked in front. Halazov with a good defensive play. Young again. Fusco to Leach. This is Corey Millen. He's moving in, fires wide. Rebound Fusco, cleared aside by Halazov. The Soviets are just going to bring it out. Oh, what a big opportunity there. 42 seconds left in the coincidental penalties. 1:10 left on the penalty to Yuri Galik. Leach will crank it up now. To Corey Millen. Millen around Shendelet. Millen puts it in front. Brian Leach. Back out in front. Shot, score, Fusco!
Maneuvers on this replay. Watch Leach here. Fakes the shot. The Soviet defender goes right down and is out of the play. He's struggling to get back into the play and does, but the deflection goes out to Scott Fusco. You know, Brian Leach, he doesn't do that many flashy things. We haven't seen him do end-to-end rushes, but on that particular goal, he faked the Soviet right down to the ice with that pass, made it all the way around the net. And we talked to Dave Peterson about it today. When he gambles, it's not really a gamble because for some strange reason, he always seems to execute when he gets in tight. So Leach passes out to Fusco, and this game is tied.
Tied at 2. Fusco coming up with a goal. Here's the intercept by Craig Janney. Janney who got the first goal, Fusco the second. Stevens comes after it now. Greg Brown now for Team USA, and the Soviets come forward. Lavrov, who has both the Soviet goals, tries to sneak through, and Jeff Gordon just plays the body beautifully. Here's Brown now. Teams playing 5 against 5 now. Even strength. Lapshin to Kravitz. The backhand of the save. 2-2 hockey game. We'll take a break from the Joe Louis Arena.
Hey, do-it-yourselfers, if you could take your family on a dream vacation anywhere in America, where would you go?
Oh, well,
how about New York, Washington, L.A.? Yes,
really
30 families will go anywhere in America when they win the Stanley Dream America contest. Win free transportation on American Airlines, rooms at Holiday Inn hotels, rental cars from budget, and up to $1,000 worth of Stanley tunes. Enter today. Look for this display at participating Stanley dealers. You could go anywhere, even Hawaii. Why didn't you say so?
One more look at Scott Fusco's goal that tied this game up. I think we isolate Tisnik in goal. Boy, he committed one way and didn't even come close to it. Went right between his legs. Here's the chance at the other end. You can see number 6, Jeff Norton, doing a good job of riding Kravitz to that sharp angle to give Mike Richter as much of an angle as he can to just play the angles, which is what he does best. He stands up and is a real geometric buff out there. He knows his angles as well as any goalie that this Team USA could have drawn upon. And in that sense, he's drastically different from his partner, Chris Terreri.
Galik fires a shot wide here for the Soviets. We're tied at 2. Just a completely different period as far as Team USA is concerned. But Team USA has had its share of breakdowns in this period, particularly defensively. Here's Chorsky, who had an opportunity earlier and a good save by Tisnich, and he holds on. Let's head downstairs to Mike Garuzioni. Michael?
Well, thank you very much, Spencer. My special guest, the honorary captain of the 1988 Olympic hockey team, and my old line mate, Richard Dean Anderson. You people know him as MacGyver. If you had a chance to either win an Emmy Award or play in this hockey team, what would you rather do?
That's an unfair question, Michael, because as you know, you're my hero, and I'd take the gold anytime. Any kind of medal, as a matter of fact.
What do you think of the game?
So, yeah, it was a little slow in the first period to come to fruition, but the USA hung in there, and now their pace seems to have picked up. They look good. They look real good.
Spencer, back to you. We'll come back down in a little while.
Okay, you're my hero too, Mike. Big opportunity there for Team USA. And without a stick is Maslov. Soviets have the puck now. Vasiliev. Good forechecking as McDonald takes it away. Halazov goes for it. Steve Leach is after him. A lot of pressure being exerted by Team USA. Zukov tries to clear it. Can't get rid of the puck. Andreev, he got it out of the zone. It's an offside. Guy Goslin just could not keep it in. 6:59 remaining in the second period as we look at Andrei Andreev of the Soviet Union, member of the Leningrad Army team, 28 years of age. When you consider the fact he's played 378 career matches and they only play about 32 games a season, he's been playing maybe since about 16, 17 years of age.
Yeah. You can see that his assist total was low. They only give 1 assist on goals in the Soviet Union.
Mike Eruzione, you down there?
Yeah, Spencer, we were talking a little about Richard's involvement with this hockey team, and what's it like to be the honorary captain? What are you doing?
It is only the honor of my life. I mean, it's just an absolute... I grew up in Minnesota, the notion being that you can skate before you can walk in Minnesota. I wanted to be a hockey player of some kind. They're all my heroes, and to have been elected, this is like a little boy's dream come true for me, and I'm stoked.
Okay, Spencer.
Right out in front, Lapchin with a good opportunity there, and he fired it a bit wide. Richter may have gotten a piece of it. More pressure. Lavrov fires wide. It'll be kept in here by Zubkov. Jeff Norton after it with 6:22 remaining second period. We're tied at 2-2. Soviets keep the puck in. Lavrov, who's already scored twice, looking for the hat trick. Soviet Union, they call it a hat trick or a Cossack cap. And with those Spark caps, I don't think they throw too many of them on the ice in the Soviet Union. Here's Jeff Norton. And Clark Donatelli. Team USA looking for a change, they get it. Mikhailov trying to beat Team USA out, gives to Svetov. This is Tepliakov. Tepliakov looking in front for Vlasov. Instead brings it back to Maslov at the point. The shot saved. Richter with a save off the rebound. As Svetov very nearly put it home. And a 2-2 hockey game. We'll be right back after this message.
The final holiday concert of '87 is coming to the Capitol Center December 29th. Starring Houdini. Plus Eric B. and Rick Cameron. Rare Essence. Cool Mo D. How you like me now? But there's still more. Experience Unlimited. Little Benny and the Masters. And Sweet Cookie. How you like me now? Tickets on sale now at all Ticket Center locations. The box office are charged by phone. Your last chance of the year. December 29th. Not just another concert, but an event from G Street Express.
Here's what it looks like coming right at you. That shot from the point. Mike Richter, well, he had a nice lane that seemed to open up for him, didn't it? And a couple of the Soviets looked as if they could have moved in front to screen, but the lane opened up so that Mike Richter could see it. He got his own rebound, too.
There you see the score, all even at 2-2. Late here in the second period. Vlasov and Janney will take the draw. Stevens try to bring it out. Alexander Mikhailov keeps it in. Janney. Good feed to Tom Chorsky. Has Lavalette on the left. Chorsky pulls up. Goes rink wide. Intercepted by Tepliakov. Ahead now to Svetov. Uh-oh. Chorsky got the stick up. It was inadvertent, but he got the stick up, and you could just see Svetov writhe in pain and go down.
Well, there's very little question that that was accidental. Tom Chorsky just went over to see how he was. He comes across. Well, you can see the Soviets' left arm. It actually deflected Tom Chorsky's stick right up into his face. Watch the left arm of the Soviet player when Tom Chorsky gets his stick up here. There goes the left arm up. Just a little pop. Enough to pop Chorsky's stick right up into his own face.
But Chorsky will go up. But it's something, you played this game for a long time. Anything around the facial area, you just stop breathing for half a second, don't you, before you go down.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. Obviously, when you get hit around the eyes, it's a little worse. The mouth is about the second worst place to get hit. I mean,
they just get scared.
You know, the most painful areas to get stitches, too, are in the eyelid and in the lips. And a lot of times, doctors won't even stitch you up in the lips. So those are the two areas that are the scariest and hurt the most.
Power play opportunity here for the Soviets. They've scored on one of their power plays. Only their third in 26 opportunities in the series against Team USA. Chorsky for the high stick at 14:48. Andreev with a shot, and the save is made. Shots in the game. 22 for Team USA to 19 for the Soviets. Zukov off the screen, it nearly deflected in. And cleared ahead to Millen. As Granato on the left. Millen will carry it in. And then loses control of it as the Soviets, Halazov drops it back for Zukov. Sergei Zukov. This is Maslov to Lapshin. Lapshin deflects it high into the air. Norton goes for it. Mikhail Vasilyev after him. Vasilyev looked like he got hit.
Right here, high stick.
We're going to get another high stick right here. And let's see, it's going to go against the Soviets. Vasilyev contending he's the one who got high stick. We'll take a break here from the Joe Louis Arena, all even at 2.
Going to Hong Kong.
Hong Kong?
Hong Kong. Free.
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 I hate her.
No frequent flyer program gives you Asia faster.
The money that you spent on calls to your mother last month, you could have gone to visit her.
Okay, dear. I'll leave tomorrow.
Northwest can fly you to your mom, your aunt, or distant cousins at fares that can make flying cheaper than talking.
Mikhail Vasilyev is in the penalty box, so the teams are at equal strength now with 50 seconds remaining on the penalty to Team USA's Tom Chorsky. Here's Lavrov. Tied at 2-2. Spencer Ross, Bill Clement, Mike Eruzione on the Freedom Sports Network. Jeff Norton. Team USA was down 2-0. A pair of goals by Lavrov, one of them here in the second period, for Craig Janney. And Scott Fusco coming up with the goals to tie it. Norton. Greg Brown will keep it in. Deflects off the stick of Lavrov. Here's Brown in front. Pass just a little bit behind. He couldn't control it.
Boy, when you pinch in like that, you got to get a good pass. The guy that's the passer really has to make sure he tapes it right to the defenseman's stick, because that's how those 2-on-1s and 2-on-nones happen.
Here's Chorsky out of the penalty box. Team USA in the power play now for the next 55 seconds with Vasilyev in the penalty box. Mikhail Kravitz goes for it. Team USA able to keep it in. Chorsky just couldn't hold it down, and Leach unable to keep it in the zone.
What we got?
Corey Millen. To Fusco. It's Millen, Fusco, Steven. Granato. Here's Millen. Just couldn't control it on a stick, and he fired it wide. Young has it. To Granato. Corey Millen. Leach fires wide. On the rebound, deflects behind the net.
Let's go.
Millen after it. 18 seconds left on the Team USA power play, and Young, when he drew the puck back, threw it back over the blue line. And linesman Roger Graff was right on that line to make the call.
I'm calling the sticks.
Scott Young, I think, was asking Brian Leach if it was out or not. There it is. Oh, tough to tell from that. You can see part of the puck coming out of the zone. I'll tell you, our linesman has a pretty good place to stand, though. Here, is this slow enough for the naked eye? You bet. So, with 16 seconds left in Team USA's power play, it looks as if the Soviets have a good chance to kill it off. USA 2 for 2 on the power play, and prior to this penalty, 12 for 20 in this series. That's awesome.
Brian Leach, you saw Leach carry it in. You know, he does things that you just take for granted are marvelous. He did a pirouette right there and kept control of the puck without blinking an eye. How many guys can do that?
I used to do it just when somebody hit me.
Tony Bobby Orr used to do it, too. Opportunity here, and it's finally cleared aside. Teams are now at equal strength. Here's Leach. Out in front, Bourbeau. What a feed by Leach and Bourbeau. The save made by Tisnich. Soviets will try and get it out. Gaelic intercepted by Clark. Donatelli out in front to Steve Leach. Deflected one. Penalty coming up. Out in front, the backhander by Bourbeau. Tisnich covers up. Team USA will go on another power play.
Soviet 4. Not too much question about this one. Gaelic, it's either Bourbeau or Donatelli that he completely bowls over in front of the net from behind. He comes to him. It might have even been called a cross-check. He could have called it anything he wanted to. He did call it interference, and it was Yuri Gaelic, number 4 of the Soviet Union.
Interference.
Be at the bottom right. Oh, there's Steve Leach, 28. And Gaelic just ran over him. He did get his stick down, but he had a great head of steam on before he ran Steve Leach from behind. Boom, boom. That's a little better speed to try and give us an idea what happened. Kind of a shock, too, when you get hit from behind. You know, when you don't see it coming, those are the dangerous hits. You get a lot of whiplash results from hits like that. And, you know, it comes on you real fast.
Power play opportunity for Team USA. They scored on one in this period to make them 11 for 19. There's a shot. Score! Young puts it home. We're tied at 2. 3-2 Team USA.
1-4. I think Scott Fusco might have gotten a piece of this one, Spencer, but Scott Young makes the perfect shot from back here, right along the ice. Very deflectable. And it certainly fooled Tisnich to the point that I think someone did deflect it in front. Watch Scott Fusco on the left of your screen. He's almost completely tied up, but not enough. You could see it just deflect off the heel of his stick with the Soviet wrapped all around him on a great assist from Scott Young. That had to go to Fusco.
We'll check it. Here's Chorsky. Nevertheless, Team USA leads. Chorsky will get another penalty. Another penalty coming up on the Soviets. Goals off and scoring.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Shut up.
2. A minute 3 left in the second period. Penalty this time around is holding.
Well, this is the chance for Team USA to really get the Soviet players thinking about going back home, and a lot of them are just about ready to. Chorsky is the fastest skater on this Team USA team. That's what he has to do to really be valuable, because when you turn on that speed and go wide, well, he gave him no choice. He got under him and was just coming up to beat him cleanly. And Zukov really didn't have much choice. He could either let him go in all alone or drag him down.
So Sergei Zukov, member of the Leningrad Army team, will go off the ice for holding in 1857. Young on that goal from Granato. They give credit to Young. But we'll wait till after the period to see if Team USA tries to get a change in that one. Here is Granato to Young. Brian Leach. Good feed to Granato. Back to Young. Fusco. Move it! Zukov goes after him. Corey Millen has it. Gives it back to Scott Fusco. To Millen. 35 seconds left in the period. Millen, 3-2 Team USA. Fusco back to Millen. Puck is loose. Puck is controlled by the Soviet. But Leach is able to keep it in. And finally it's cleared out into the neutral zone. Here's Young. 20 seconds left in the period. To Millen. Millen to Granato. He cannot control. Granato again. 13 seconds left. Young score!
Try and take this goal away from Scott Young and give it to Scott Fusco. Good feed by Tony Granato. And Scott Young had sagged into that far side. He's a point man. He's back on the blue line, but he moved around as the play dictated. There was an opening over there, so he just drifted in to get the shot away. Boy, that glove hand that really isn't the strong point of European goalies. They don't play baseball as kids, and they're really not known for having great glove hands. Scott Young did a great job anyway and got a good shot on net. That might be enough to open the floodgates now and let Team USA simply walk away with this.
Young's second of the night. Also a power play goal, both on the power play, and both times Granato gets the assist. 2 seconds left in the period. That goal came at 1950. Listen to this crowd. A standing O for Team USA. Team USA down by a score of 2-0. Rallies back with 4 goals in the final 15 minutes of the second period of play. 2 by Scott Young, 1 by Craig Janney, 1 by Scott Fusco. And after 2 periods of play, it is 4-2. Team USA will get back.